A number of advocacy groups are calling for bipartisan legislation to protect immigrants brought to the United States as children, in addition to border security funding, before the government's Feb. 15 spending deadline. In an open letter by a coalition of religious and political organizations, and addressed to the Department of Homeland Security Conference Committee, the group stressed the necessity for lawmakers to come up with permanent benefits for Dreamers before the deadline, which could enact yet another partial government shutdown if no agreement is reached. For far too long, elected officials on both sides have failed to successfully unite and work on this issue, the letter read, emphasizing the importance of enabling indemnities for Dreamers. The uncertainty of their status is a barrier that prevents them from reaching their full potential, limiting their ability to contribute fully to their families, their communities, and the only nation they call home. The letter was written under the banner of the Libre Initiative, an organization funded by the Koch brothers. Research Center Media Matters for America has categorized the Libre Initiative as a group that categorically works to disenfranchise Hispanic voters, despite their appearance as a nonpartisan nonprofit. Co-signers of the letter include Freedom Partners, the National Immigration Forum, Americans for Prosperity, FWD.US, the National Association of Evangelicals, the Hispanic Leadership Fund, the Council for Christian Colleges and Universities, and the Arizona Chamber of Commerce and Industry, among others. Despite our differences on important policy issues, we are joining together now to endorse this approach, the letter reads. The time is right to act. We urge lawmakers and the President to set aside partisan concerns and lead on this important goal immediately. The letter comes in the wake of a 35-day partial government shutdown initiated by President Trump over the lack of funding for a border wall, which was a hallmark of his presidential campaign. The shutdown was the longest in U.S. history. Trump has sought $5.7 billion for a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. Congressional Democrats have refused to support border wall spending. Immigration activists march in front of the U.S. Capitol on February 7, 2018, in Washington, D.C. A coalition of activists from across the U.S. demonstrated to pressure Congress to pass legislation protecting Dreamers as part of federal budget negotiations. Photo, John Moore, Getty Images.